Tere tulemast yhdelle vaga eriselle yritykselle. Mul on rõõm teile esitleda neid kaht suurepärast muusikut. Hello and welcome to a Jazzkaar special presentation. Thank you everyone for coming this afternoon. We've got two wonderful musicians who straddle the boundaries between experimental and comfortable, shall we say, and find a happy middle, which I think you'll all enjoy. So please welcome Elina Hokkanen and Johannes Laas. Hi guys, welcome. You need to,
Hello.
Hi. So, tell me a bit about yourselves. So, Elina, I know you started playing music really young. How young were you when you realised that you actually had something you wanted to do with music?
I was 4 years old when I saw a piano concert on the television, and I told my mom that, "Mommy, I want to play that instrument." So she took me to music school the next fall.
Wow, and you've been playing ever since?
Yes, there was a pause of playing piano when I decided that I want to be a singer now. I played until I graduated music school, and then I went to another music school to be a singer.
And so from what we were talking about before, the only thing that you missed out on was, because in Estonian kindergarten, at the end of the day, the kids all go to sleep. That's right, isn't it? Yes. And you just didn't go to sleep. So what you've missed out on is like hours of sleep as a kid.
Yes, because I took a bus to a town next to my town where I lived to take piano lessons when the other kids were sleeping at the kindergarten. And after the lessons were over, I took the bus back to my hometown to go back to the kindergarten. But then I could play because the sleep time was over.
And Johannes, hi.
Hello. Hello. I'm not used to speaking to mics. I'm really sorry if it's out of balance.
No, it's all good. Tell me how young you were when you first realised you wanted to pick up a guitar and play it.
I guess I was also in kindergarten, something like 6. And it was a weird story because I wanted to play guitar at that point, and then I forgot it till I got to high school and started again. Because there was some other things that were more interesting. So, but then I think the spark came from 6-year-old Johannes, and then it kind of finally got into flames during the high school, I guess.
Okay, but of course we're doing this Viljandi Vibes special presentation to showcase what you're doing now and what you could be doing in the future. So you've collaborated a few times before. There are plenty of videos online to show that. What can people expect from both of you this afternoon?
We will play music from our first years when we started playing together. We've been playing together for 4 years. And we had a band called Inner Sound with 2 other fellas. One of them is in the army, and the other one goes to Antwerp Conservatorium. So yes, this band called Inner Sound is not active now anymore, but we will still perform a couple of songs from this time. And we will perform a music that I have recently composed this afternoon.
Okay, by recently, how recently are we talking about?
Like a month ago.
Oh, so that's really fresh out the oven
really
then.
Fresh, yes.
Okay, Johannes, are you composing music right now? Do you have any music, any solo music that you're doing for the future?
I guess I wrote quite a lot of ideas during the autumn, but at the moment I'm figuring out how to present them and how to arrange them and how to make some nice collective with something like cool instruments. For example, 2 guitars, saxophones, so it's a little bit different. So at the moment I'm just thinking about the ideas how to express my music and my ideas that I wrote. So not actively gigging with my own music at the moment. I'm like support guy here for Elina.
Okay, well, I don't want to let things go too cold right now, so we've got 5 songs to play this afternoon. Shall we do the first 2 songs? What are we going to hear first?
We are going to hear a song called How I Feel About Love that I wrote at the beginning of March. So this is a very recent song.
Fantastic. Okay, so please welcome Elina Hokkanen and Johannes Laas.
Happiness is bliss, like a sweet, sweet kiss. Tons of smiles and fancy thoughts go through my mind. Born in paradise, here I'm feeling fine. I feel the swing and I just want to sing la 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 la. Love is what it makes me feel that way. Oh, puts a smile on my face, then makes me fly in outer space. Oh, till I feel how your lips taste. Funny how we met. For you too, I bet. But look at us now, we're so far in love, and you'll always stay in my heart. Oh, love is what it makes me feel that way. Oh, oh, puts a smile on my face, then makes me fly in outer space. Oh, oh, till I feel how your lips taste. Promise me you'll stay. Every night I pray. Baby, can't you see? I'm in love this way. Love is what it makes me feel that way. Puts a smile on my face, then makes me fly in outer space. Oh, oh, till I feel how your lips taste. Oh, love is what it makes me feel that way. Oh, oh, puts a smile on my face, then makes me fly in outer space. Oh, oh, till I feel how your lips taste. Thank you. And the next song is from a few years back when we started playing together with Johannes. It's called The Sky is Shutting Me Down. Born to take a walk above the earth. River stops for a talk about my thoughts. abandon me for no reason. I just thought that it's a pleasant time to ask them why the sky is shutting me down, feeling like I need to get down. Abandon me for no reason. I just thought that it's a pleasant time to ask them why the sky is shutting me down, feeling like I need to get down. Thank you.
You're watching Viljandi Vibes with Jazzkaar, and that was Elina Hokkanen and Johannes Laas. They'll be playing some more songs in a moment, but let's talk about that last song. The Sky Shot Me Down. What's that about? How did that come about, that song?
I'm a person that has her head in the clouds all the time. I have difficulty staying, present in some situations. I feel like I'm dreaming all the time. I feel like I am thinking my own thoughts. So I guess the sky wants to tell me that it's time to put my feet on the ground.
So you said you're walking around with your head in the clouds. Are you that kind of lyricist who walks around with a notebook ready to take down these thoughts whenever you see a big black sky or something?
Yeah, well, the notebook is my cell phone. But yes.
Okay. How about you, Johannes? How do you make notes of ideas? How do you come up with tunes?
It depends, I guess. Mostly it's during a jam session with myself, and then I get some ideas, and there's I guess 20% of them, or maybe even less, I'll after I record it with my mobile phone or some kind of recorder, I'm gonna notate it, and then maybe think what to do with it. But mostly, I guess it's just hanging around and then jamming and then getting idea and recording it. Although there's sometimes I write some stuff because, just to get some idea going. For example, mobile numbers. Like you can take some kind of tonality and you get the numbers. Usually it's kind of boring because it starts with 5 all the time. But I mean, you can always find some other ways to compose. So I try to experiment a little bit also.
And when you're playing a jam session with yourself, do you ever have an argument with yourself over what to do?
Sometimes half of my, I know some Johannes says to me like, this is really crap you're doing. And although there's always a good guy that says that it's nice.
Do you think it's really important to not think about whether music is cool or fashionable before you decide to like it? Because I remember being at school and, that was pre-Spotify, it was pre-iTunes, so what you liked had to be something that everybody else liked, otherwise you were just nerdy or not cool. But these days, music's changed. I mean, it's about private playlists on Spotify and it's about all that kind of stuff. Does that make it easier to take a quote-unquote unfashionable musician and find something good in his or her style?
I can answer to that. So, hey, Elina, if you want to speak, just interrupt me because I'm speaking too much. So, how would I say? What I've learned recently is the thing that music is mostly, how would I say? Everybody has his own music, and you need to know the, how would I say, the background, because especially in Jazzkaar, I guess it's possible, but you can go to wrong gig expecting something like nice dance music, and the people are playing free jazz or improvised jazz. So if you go with the concept of I want to rave and trance and dance, then you're in the wrong place. But if you know what's up with the idea and the concept with them, then it's nice. And I guess that's the most important thing. I hope it kind of relates to the question in that sense that you have to know what you're listening, because otherwise it's gonna be boring or out of context. And of course there's some things and some music that's maybe it is a little bit out of context, but still everybody who has written something down, I guess they had some kind of feeling or idea and influences, and just to get to know them and be open-minded. That's like the most important thing, I guess. Just to be open-minded about everything. If you think it sucks, then it doesn't help. Just try finding some cool elements about everything.
And you were talking earlier about trusting your first instinct as well. Have either of you ever made something that you thought sucked to begin with, and then you've played it to other people and they've said, actually, that I really like that, that's really good?
No, I've never done that. If I compose something, I need to like it to introduce the composition to other people.
And you're both putting yourselves out there every time you do a festival like this, or even any kind of live set. And you're saying, this is my work, and does it actually matter to you whether people like it or not?
I guess the biggest challenge of a musician nowadays is, okay, not the biggest, I don't want to say it out loud like that. But one of the main things is to find your audience. So I guess that's the way, that's the hardest thing, because every musician, I guess, have a fan base from all over the world, but it's just they're somewhere and they don't know you. So it's just have to play and find the right places to play, and then it's nice.
Awesome. Every year at Jazzkaar, we seem to do a tribute to a great jazz vocalist of the past. Previously, there's been a 100th anniversary concert for Billie Holiday, and this year it's Ella Fitzgerald's 100th anniversary of her birth, and so there'll be a big tribute concert, I think, next weekend. But for you, is it important to look back at those great jazz vocalists, Elina, and see how they did it and take something from that?
Yes, I enjoy seeing and watching different lives from these amazing artists because they inspire me in their own way. And since I did a tribute a few years ago to Etta James, and since it was a tribute, I kind of wanted the concert to be exactly like it was at the time when she performed. And The music was blues, so they were pretty simple songs, but I think they had a very big message in them, and it was very great to do such a big concert for Etta James.
There's a big conflict, isn't there, whenever someone does a tribute, which is, do you do it exactly how the artist did it, because that's what people want to hear, or do you think that it's more of a tribute to take their work and do something brand new with it? The trouble is, I guess that second approach might offend some people who are used to what the artist did originally, but I mean, do you think it's actually more of a tribute in a way to completely make something new with an artist's work?
I think tribute should be the way that the artists used to be. I think that's important to give the audience what the artist was like.
I want to add one thing. I guess, at least for me, when somebody's doing tribute concerts or any other, or every gig you cover somebody, I guess it's really important that you get the original. And I guess if you feel like you want to make it more groovy or add some chords or whatnot, then it's okay.
Tell us a bit about the songs you're about to play and what we can expect to hear and why you've chosen them.
Okay, we will begin with songs composed a few years back. The first one we're gonna perform is called Find the Cure, and we composed it together, right?
Yeah, but just I can simplify that mainly when I play with Elina and we compose something together, it's just I start playing some chords and that's it. I mean, I just played with the first song we played in the rehearsal, something like so that's my part, and then Elina did the rest. So, but actually, so kind of sometimes it's weird to just get the credit for just two chords, but I guess it was necessary to.
I think Johanna kind of inspires me because every time he starts playing, he automatically is having a jam session with me because I take part in it immediately. I guess that's why it's easy to perform with him and compose with him. And the second one will be the one I wrote. I think it was in 2012, so it is a pretty old song. It's called New Beginning. And why did I choose it? I guess it's thank you. I guess because it kind of shows my self-exploration period when I started composing more often. And we're gonna finish it off with a song called It's a Beautiful Night that I wrote a month ago, most recent one.
Okay, and It's a Beautiful Night. It sounds fairly self-explanatory, but I mean, was that just another look up at the clouds and let your imagination run type lyric?
Yeah.
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 All right, well, with no further ado, you're watching Viljandi Vibes. They will film your music video, and we're here with Jazzkaar. It's a lovely Sunday afternoon, and this is Elina Hokkanen and Johannes Laas.
everything is torn up. I need to find the cure. If only I could fix it all, you wouldn't shut the door. But I don't have the ability to make it feel alright. This time there is no flexibility. It keeps me haunted every night. We must never go on without letting it all out. Controlling every move you make. Step by step, my soul you take. The cure, I need to find the cure. If I will get closer, I'll be slipping on ice. This path is getting rounder and rounder. I've been walking through it with closed eyes, but I don't have the ability to make it feel alright. This time there is no flexibility. It keeps me haunted every night. We must never go on without letting it all out. Controlling every move you make. Step by step, my soul you take. And we must never go without letting it all out. Controlling every move you make. Step by step, my soul you take. The cure, I need to find the cure. The cure, I need to find the cure. Thank you. So, on with New Beginning. I see your lying eyes. By this time you realized. New day, new time to get your sight clear. For someone like you, whose easiest way is to live day by day. The burning pieces of life's angry needs, and I'm so near of passing them by. I never needed a helping hand reaching me. I've always tried to look invisible. I'm beginning to learn the easiest way to get is different from yours. What goes on behind closed doors? Give me a promise to be honest, otherwise I won't look in your eyes. I'm beginning to learn the easiest way to get by, though you're right by my side. I don't believe the lies in your eyes. Thank you. And we will finish it off with It's a Beautiful Night. Thank you all for being here with us. It's a beautiful night, and I feel kind to share my love with you. It's a beautiful day, I hope you're feeling okay to come along with me. Let's go see the sun. Feel the warmth on our arms. How many times I've said you and I will end up well. It's a beautiful day, I hope you're feeling okay share your love with me. It's a beautiful night, and I feel kind to go along with you. Oh, let's go see the stars. Feel the cold air on us. How many times I've said you and I will end up well. It's a beautiful night. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful night. Thank you.
Well, thank you very, very much for being with us and for being part of our video today. We really appreciate it. I hope that you out there and you out there have enjoyed it too. So I think the last thing to talk about really is if people want to hear you either live or on recording, where can they do so? How can they do that?
Yeah, that's a bit difficult. But I promise you, I will make my own Facebook page.
It's really easy. Go in Spotify. There's this Inner Sound. Inner Sound is on Spotify and iTunes and everywhere, basically on SoundCloud. And the other stuff, I guess, is also on. I guess SoundCloud is the place to look your ideas.
YouTube.
YouTube. Basically, YouTube is the best, I guess.
Well, so thank you so much out there as well. Aita teile kõigile, te olete täna siia tulnud. This has been Viljandi Vibes with Jazzkaar. I've been Stuart Garlick, and this is Elina Hokkanen and Johannes Laas. One more time.
Thank you.